NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Right to the air. Here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It was Clelin Ferrell who was able to rush in and make that tackle.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's the type of impact play you expect from McCaffrey, the comeback player of the year runner-up in 2022. Despite a midseason trade, put up almost 1,900 all-purpose yards and also made his second Pro Bowl.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Now they'll send Kupp in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Stafford. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. And they'll accept that penalty. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. That's down the field for Jefferson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the... Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Darian Kendrick. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
After the interception, here's Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to help them feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford.
Incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Now it's Stafford.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone, but sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever, and I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Third and 12. Now they'll send Cup in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Ray McLeod deep here for the Niners.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now Purdy. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Purdy to throw it on first down. Open man is Juwan Jennings.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a 2nd and 5. In motion right, Debo. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
Shifts by him, and he down to the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's the option.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
Here's Samuel.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for him to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for him. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Purdy.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Niners have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 10-3.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Going right back to Akers.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, there on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A strong running. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
On 1st down, Purdy got a man. That's Ayuk.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. On 1st down, it's Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they got to go thank the guys on D.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Here's 1st down.
Now it's Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It's the former Furl that got in there to bring him down.
A better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
Stafford. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's 2nd down.
Stafford now to throw. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
He's back to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. And his ball is touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. To throw is Purdy.
Looking deep for Jennings.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial.
So it's the Rams who are going to get the football first as we are back underway here in overtime. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran...
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Clelin Ferrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
The best defensive linemen They play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it, right?
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Now it's Purdy's turn in overtime.
Now he's forced out left. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Purdy looking to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A nice carry by Akers, and what a journey it was for him last season. Coming off of injury, away from the team for a while, he did come back later in the season and led them with almost 800 yards. Still scratching the surface of what he can do. He can be a dynamic presence on the field.
Stafford on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This de-forced the punt on the opening drive of overtime, and now they're a play away from doing that again.
So you know they're confident about what they've done, and they're confident about this play call, but they can't be overconfident because they don't want to give up the ball a 2nd time. When you're in overtime in this situation, getting points, finishing the game, they may have a special play call coming.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
So it's the Rams here that take home the W. And this one, Charles, too much Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Southern California, so long, everybody.